Hi, my name is Javier Sanchez. I am the program manager for the Older Youth GCD program and also a social worker. The Older Youth GCD program serves a very unique population. For the most part, a lot of them are, they're all between the ages of 18 and 24. Many of them have not graduated high school. Many of them are young parents. Many of them are not college ready or college bound. And so it presents a lot of differences with like the population that we serve in the high school. So this population of the older youth has very different needs than those in the high school. Many of them, because they're facing very difficult circumstances in their lives, need a lot of additional support. The GCD program provides them an opportunity to enter the workforce in the healthcare field. One of the things that I often tell my young people that I'm working with in the program is becoming an HHA does not mean an automatic out of poverty. And so I make sure that I constantly tell them that becoming an HHA is a first of many, many steps into entering a career in healthcare. So one other supports that we provide for them here at the GCD program for the older youth, we have a couple of social work interns that do some case management and counseling with them. I basically meet with each individual and definitely try to take a holistic approach to figure out what their needs are, whether it's signing letters for them to be able to obtain benefits, helping them with childcare, obtaining like appropriate childcare. There are many, many different things that we have to do in this program to help support them. I've been working with young people for almost 20 years, and I think this is one of the places that I feel like everything that I've done in the past have come really to support what I do here in the program. I've worked with a lot of individuals with high trauma in their background. Our population that we serve here, many of them have experienced a lot of trauma in their background, their lives. I've worked with individuals that have a lot of like mental health needs. Many of the young people that I'm working with right now also have like needs to support their mental health. So basically my experience as a social worker and as a youth worker over the years has really provided me like the skill sets that I need to be able to work with this population. One of the biggest things that I tell the young people that come to the older youth program is always remember that someone's paying attention to you and someone's watching you, right? And I mean that in a really positive way. I want my young people to walk away with gaining a real understanding, a rich understanding of what it's like to work in the healthcare field. I encourage them to make a lot of professional relationships. I tell them constantly that people are watching you to see if you're the type of person that you want to work with and hire in the future. So my biggest hope for the older youth is that they walk away with this real understanding of what professionalism looks like in the context of a healthcare facility. We only have our young people for about 15 weeks. To say that I'm going to be able to and the program is going to really have them walk away understanding their mental health needs or change their housing needs is a little bit hopeful. And however, the reality is within the 15 weeks, we hope that we're able to provide them with as much support, holistic supports, before we send them off to work as HHAs. The reality is, within the 15 weeks, we see a lot of challenges continue to arise. We try to provide as much support for them. We also have to say goodbye to a number of individuals who are just not ready. The great thing about the program, though, is if we have to say goodbye to our young people because they're not ready, because of housing or whatever the circumstances surrounding them, we welcome them back and continue to try to encourage them to reapply to the program. And so in the 15 weeks, we try to provide as much guidance to them as possible. However, I think we also do a great job with our alumni of the program. We connect them with additional services. They know that they could always come into our program and ask for anything, whether it's an update on their resumes, a letter of recommendation, or support around significant life circumstances. We've had young people come and ask us about shelters, about housing, about how to do taxes, and we are able to provide them, if not with the direct support, letting them know where they can access that. The older youth have many barriers. A lot of them come from very far places in the city. We have a number of individuals that commute between 90 to 2 hours on a daily basis each way. And why do they do it? Because they really believe that this program is going to help change them. And some of the other barriers, we have a number of young parents that have to ensure that their children are taken care of before they actually come here. Additional barriers include not having the kind of a professional attire required for the programming, and that we're trying to do a fundraiser of sorts where we obtain some real professional attire that they could take with them to go on job interviews after they finish the program. Additional barriers that our young people face is just having this lack of confidence that they could accomplish this. The feeling that they receive from graduating from the program, for many of them, this is the first time that they actually graduate anything. And for them, that feels incredible. And so we want to make sure that we support them throughout the entire journey. As a social worker, I've had the opportunity of working with many young people throughout the years and seen a lot of young people change their lives and graduate. But there's something really special about this program. The fact that within 15 weeks we can see the kind of change that we do is very fulfilling to me. I know that for the staff members that work here, seeing the successes of young people is something that really touches us on a daily basis. It makes up for the hard work, but we do the hard work for the young people, right? And I think that as a professional, it's a wonderful feeling to have, to know that we can make the kind of change that the GCD program makes on a daily basis. One of the biggest barriers that I find working here is some of the barriers that we have within the program for me that I face working here is we don't have enough financial supports. I want to make sure that more people know about the GCD program, particularly the older youth program, which is newer. I think the more people know about our programs, the more they're going to want to support us in many different ways, whether it's in-kind support or direct